Good afternoon, it is time to get started, and look at that, Duna's just coming into view on our starting soon screen just in time to say hello for the start of the stream. Hello, Duna. In fact, that is pretty cool. Let's keep watching that for a bit. Let's take down the starting soon. There we go. Let's just watch that uninterrupted. Yeah, we've got our satellite orbiting Ike and making a map of it. We set that up on Wednesday this past week. We did a little extra stream. We did some Kerbal space program for our Saturday in space on Sunday. And look at this. We're coming around to the fully illuminated side of Ike and looking down and seeing our shadow, well, Ike's shadow on Duna. That is super cool. All right, here we go. Screenshot time. I'm a compulsive photographer in games. And then we're going to have Duna set behind Ike. This was unexpected. I did not plan this. I just thought, hey, this is a cool view for the start of our stream. For the pre-roll. And then it turned out even better than expected. Very cool. But yeah, on Wednesday, we, since I am very eager to make progress, but not, rush things, not take any shortcuts in this game, went ahead and for Saturday in Space, or for whatever Wednesday, did some Kerbal Space program last Wednesday. And we unlocked some new technologies. We made some maps of some new places. We moved our Duna mapping satellite, the SCANSat Supreme number 5, to where you see it right now, around Ike. And we also moved the one that was mapping Gilly. It finished its maps of Gilly, which is the moon of Eve. We figured, you know what, there's science to be gotten from mapping Eve as well, so we moved that. We also have one on the way to Pol, the farthest out moon of Jewel. And that's going to make its way inward, one moon at a time, and map for resources. So, yeah. The main thing that we have to do right now is map all of the moons and planets for resources so that we know where to drill to refuel our Grand Tour finale, which we will soon be making. Hey, Raider, welcome. You are indeed first. And yeah, we unlocked one of the 2 essential technologies for that Grand Tour ship. There are some bonus ones that we'll get if we can, but there are 2 that I am waiting for. One we got, and one we're waiting on before I actually start building that ship. So let's see, what have we got here? We filled in any gaps? We filled in a little bit of gap. We have a 91.7% finished map of the biomes and the visuals. Let's see, let's look at visuals. Yeah, those are the visuals of the surface of Ike. Excuse me. Your PC does not fit KSP's minimum specs. You mean for KSP2, right? Because they just released that, and there is a little bit of a riot going on their Discord that I think is not entirely. There's doing it again. Not entirely reasonable. Oh, that is so great. Hold on. Another screenshot because I cannot help myself. You have an RX 570. Let's see. There's a chance. You might be able to. We'll see. I had a brief moment of, am I gonna have to wait until I can buy a new graphics card? But no, my 1080 Ti is comfortably above the minimum specs. You're way below the minimum. Let's see. There's a helpful chart on the Reddit. Let me pull that up on my phone real quick because... But yeah, there's a lot of furor happening, and honestly, I think this is pretty good. The 2060 is pretty much an entry-level GPU from 2 generations ago, so about 5 years ago, and I think that is perfectly reasonable when they're making a game that hopefully will be very popular for the next 10 years rather than the previous 10 years. But yes, unfortunately that does mean that some people who were hoping to play it on older hardware might have to wait until they can upgrade. But and people are also wondering, okay, why does this game have higher GPU requirements than some, AAA titles? And my suspicion, I'm by no means an expert on this, but historically, Kerbal Space Program was one of those games that is limited. The bottleneck is single core speed, CPU speed. And that's because of the physics calculations. Your GPU doesn't even have anything to render. Mine doesn't have anything to render until the physics are calculated. So, but there are better ways to calculate physics using GPUs. So my suspicion is that they are going to be offloading a lot of the physics onto the GPU. Yeah, you plan to upgrade anyway? Nice. Yes. So I'm hoping that's the case, because that would be massive for the potential for performance improvements and precision. And all those times where the ground is not exactly calculated precisely where we are expecting to land, or I go into time warp and suddenly the very nice encounter with a moon that we had planned disappears. That is the kind of stuff that should be handled better by a GPU. Compute shaders really boost things a lot. Yeah. And yeah, I'm by no means an expert on it. I just know the basics of that these sort of things are possible. So yeah, some of those frustrations, I think this is how they're going to be resolving them. Fingers crossed. I'm being optimistic. Pete Venkman, welcome with the first but not really. Welcome, Pete Venkman. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, let's we're at 92%. Yeah, a few more passes should fill in the rest of these gaps here. So we're going to let this do its thing for a little while longer. And if we go, let's make sure we have the science that we think we do. So we're currently doing a scan with the multispectral scanner. Let's get out of time warp. We were going slightly faster for the visuals. And if we go here to the resource scanner. Okay, good. We did send the resources. Good, good, good. All right. My antivirus is telling me it's protecting me from all sorts of things I probably don't need to be protected from, but that's okay. As long as we don't lose stream, fingers crossed. Let's go to the one around Eve then. Because if we look at the alarms here, we're coming up on a Moho launch window. We might try again to see if we can get something to land there. That might be worthwhile for the science. We're going to be coming up on a course correction for our ELU probe, an Eve launch window again, our Paul encounter. It's trying to block Muse Score. Why? I like Muse Score. I'm trying it out as a potential alternative to Sibelius now that they've done a lot of upgrades that address some of my concerns. You don't need to worry about that antivirus program anyway. That's irrelevant to this. Yup, it's gonna keep spamming that, isn't it? Boo. Okay. Thank you, antivirus. You're very helpful, I guess. It's like my kids trying to help me with the dishes by closing the dishwasher while I'm trying to wash the dishes. Anyway, we're also going to be arriving at Duna with another attempt to land very soon. So that's a whole thing. And I'm going to go ahead and just close this for now, for the moment. Yes, close. There we go. Now it'll stop spamming and distracting me, because that was really distracting. You guys couldn't see it, but I could. So yeah, Moho launch window, SCANSat Eve launch window, SCANSat Duna probe encounter. We have 2 probes on their way to Duna right now. And some launch windows. Yeah, so this is actually pretty open right now. And so the other thing we want to do is continue work on our refueling infrastructure, and that works very well with the tech that we unlocked on Wednesday, which was included some bigger fuel tanks. The biggest ones in the game. Yep. Alright, so let's go to Eve. We're one planet out from Kerbin right now. Let's go one planet in from Kerbin. And zoom in. There we go. Yeah, and this thing here, I think that is debris from something that already burned up in the atmosphere. It's still out there. But let's go in here and take a look at SCANSat Supreme number 8. Oh, it still says Gilly. We should change that to say Eve now that we're orbiting Eve. That would be very helpful. Take a sip of my coffee here. There we go. And let's see. Let's change the celestial body to Eve. And yeah, we've made a few passes on our visual map of Eve. This is where we started. And we've done that pass, and then this pass is coming up next. So let's go ahead and time warp a little bit and watch that pass happen. Because yeah, we've got a long way to go. Okay, we're in the sunlight. And we need to look forwards. Let's lock the camera and find the probe core here. Control point forward. There we go. And let's point straight down towards the surface of the planet. Again, this isn't necessary as far as the simulation goes, but for my immersion in the game, I like to do this. Alright, here we go. Time warp. And visually, we cannot see through these very thick, hazy clouds, but our radar sure can. We are at times 50. We're at 50 times real time. And we now have, what is this? 8.2. Yeah, we're at 8.2% of the surface has been mapped. Let's make one more pass here. Draw the resource overlay. I think we have, yeah, we're doing that at the same time. So let's turn the resource overlay off. And let's do a biome map. There we go. Yeah, we can't see them with our eyes, but there are quite a few biomes under there, and they are worth some juicy science. So yeah, let's wait for that to do its thing then. And let's take a look. Let's go to the tracking station, and let's see exactly how many SCANSats we have out there and what they're up to. I think we might have 9 total that are flying. But let's see, if we do, yeah, we've got probes and relays. And oh boy, is this a lot of things. Okay. SCANSat Supreme orbiting Kerbin. That's the first one. And I think this has sent back all of its science. SCANSat Supreme 2 was intended for Moho, but didn't make it, it looks like. That's right. Okay, so let's... Yeah, that's a problem. We sent another one though, and we do have maps of Moho, I believe now. SCANSat Supreme 3. That's one that we intended to orbit Drez, but it didn't make it. SCANSat Supreme 4. Is this one headed to Elu currently? Yes, this one is headed to Elu. And it's going to reach it in a year? That doesn't seem right. Okay, I think this is lying to us. Or is it? I have my concerns on that one. Yeah, I definitely have. I'm dubious of this. This could be one of those calculation errors that we were talking about that hopefully will be handled better in Kerbal Space Program 2, potentially by offloading some of these calculations to the GPU instead of the CPU, which would be very nice. Okay, so SCANSat Supreme 5. This one is the one that we are sending to Paul. And yeah, this one is on course and good to go. SCANSat Supreme 6 is the one that is mapping Ike. That's the one we saw on the pre-roll. Number 7 is the one that is actively mapping Moho right now. Let's see, SCANSat. I know we have a number 8. There it is, SCANSat Supreme 8 around Gilly, and I think that might be it, actually. Okay, yeah, we have a total of 8. Half of which are successful missions and half of which are very much not. Alright, let's take a look at this one. Let's see if it has any science that we have not yet transmitted home. And then we're going to expand the nearby fuel tank station, the NFT station. Here it is. And let's change the celestial body to Moho. Okay, we have a full biome, full visual. Do we have an altimetry map? We do not. Okay, cool. So that's another map that we can do. We definitely have the resource map completed. So let's see if there's any of this data that has not been sent home yet. Here's the multispectral scanner. Analyze the data. Okay, cool. We can send some data home. Multispectral analysis from Moho. As you pour through the data, you wonder if you will find the elusive lava lake biomes that so many scientists had speculated about. I wonder about that. Let's send that home. There we go. Now we're up to 605 science. Not bad at all. Stop scan. We don't need to be scanning that now that we're done. Okay, the resources, yep, those have been sent home. And our synthetic aperture radar. I hear a fanfare. Riven, welcome. Thank you for the Prime sub. Very appreciated. How are you doing, Riven? Here's the big question. Does your PC meet the minimum tech spec requirements for KSP2? That's a question on everyone in the Kerbal Space Program community's mind right now. I'm relieved to say that mine does, by a little bit. All right. As far as I know, it should. Can't afford it though. Oh, rip. That's okay. I mean, it will be early access, so there's plenty of time to worry about that. So yeah, that's what has everyone on the KSP Discord in an uproar right now. Is that the minimum tech requirements are not a potato? So, oh well. Let's see. Let's change our altitude of our orbit to a minimum of 500, maximum of 750. Over 700 kilometers is what is considered ideal for Moho. So let's make sure that that is not going to take us to an escape. So if we do this, yeah, that will be fine. So let's do, let's use MechJeb for this. Maneuver Planner is already open, fantastic. So what we want to do is, we can close that for now. A Maneuver Planner, let's do change apoapsis. Let's do this manually, because this is actually going to break this UI if we try to do it from this apoapsis. So let's do this manually. Let's change our, make our new apoapsis 720 kilometers. How about? There we go. And first but not really for Riven Gaming UK. Alright, so that's a 50 meter per second burn. Not bad at all. Let's execute next node and let MechJeb do the work. There we go, we're pointed at the maneuver marker on the nav ball, and now MechJeb is doing a time warp for us. So I'm hands-free right now. And what are we doing here? Oh, I have made a mistake. Let's abort node execution, and what we need to do is change the control point. This one again. This issue again. So if I do this, control point, let's pin this. Yeah, it's still set to forward for the sake of pointing down towards the planet. Let's do control point. Whoops. We're in the... There we go. Control point. Why did that open the flight control? This is cool and all, but that's not what I want at the moment. Control point, default. There we go. That was interesting. Yeah, it did this. IVA probe control. Very cool, but not the button I was actually pushing. So there we go. Let's now execute next node. Irvin says, well, good news. I've almost made a complete orbit. Was about 2,000 miles short. Ooh. So you were just about into your first orbit. Is that what you're saying? And miles? Where are we using miles? Nice. Okay. This should be better. Let's make sure I'm ready to abort this maneuver if necessary. And yep, that was human error, or Kerbal error, not the computer. But we caught it. There we go. And now let's do change periapsis and make that... yeah, that's, we're at 715 kilometers. Let's do the same. Let's just circularize this. Actually, can we do circularize at the next apoapsis? Let's just do that. That sounds very simple. And let's go ahead and try the probe control room. So this is a an IVA view for unmanned probes is what this is, and I don't see it here. Oh, right, because all I have to do is this. And let's close that, and let's do that there. Now we've got our orbit display. Lately, you've been playing Star Trek Online more than KSP. I've been seeing that on the on Twitter that you've been doing that. That is a game that I haven't played, but is interesting. I haven't had a chance to catch a stream, unfortunately, but I am very interested in that. And what we can do here, let's do attitude right there, and let's do the map. Okay, we are circularized. Can I change the map type from here? Okay, that is zooming in. That's what that's doing. Interesting. So I can zoom in. Very cool. Toggle mode. Okay, we did something here. Okay, this might be the altimetry map, which we don't have started yet. That's blank. That's all right, but we have our nice circular orbit, and we can see that right there. So let's go ahead and get out of that view there, and let's open the map again. Altimetry map of Moho, yeah, which we haven't started yet. So let's start scan with the synthetic aperture radar. Our status is ideal, and let's control point forward again, and we will aim towards the planet. Riven says it's sort of a point-and-click adventure, but with manual combat. Very cool. And what is there's another one that is on my wish list, and I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head. But is supposedly is like the Star Trek Bridge Crew game, but better and not Star Trek. Not better because it's not Star Trek, but better, but they can't make it Star Trek because that's a an owned property, you know. And oh, what is it called? I'm gonna cheat and go over to my my wish list real quick. It is called Pulsar Lost Colony. Yeah, that's one that's been recommended to me. I've never played it, but it's on my list to check out one of these days. Let's refresh this. And Riven redeemed Boozenate. That's the first Boozenate of the stream. So, I get to open the beer finally. Thank you, Riven. No one else is taking care of me. All right. I've got the FMU double IPA from Moab Brewery. Appropriate for Saturday in Space because it's got a picture of a spaceman on it. Also, it's delicious, so. There we go. That's a good start. And what is this thing again? It's 9.6 ABV. This is a strong guy. It probably barely meets the minimum requirements for Kerbal Space Program 2 for the Boozenates. Indeed, and that's after a careful pour, too. Alright, so yeah, we've got our altimetry map begun. So let's take a look in here again. Let's go standby and let's go map. Yeah, and I don't know if this is going to work properly or not. Okay, we've got the refresh line going. Hey, there it is. We've got our altimetry. It has begun. BRB says, Ribbon, I need to go make a drink. Mrs. Ribbon is almost home from a day at work. Oh, yeah, probably will want to drink. Very reasonable. All right, so that will happen, and then we will send that home when it is ready to go. So let's now go to the Space Center. First, let's take a look at what technology we opened on Wednesday and what technology we're still aiming for today. I don't know if we'll open it today, but that is the main goal, is opening another technology. And then between streams, I will be able to start designing our Grand Tour spacecraft. And the tentative plan, assuming that Kerbal Space Program 2 does run well enough on my PC to play and stream it, is it'll be released this coming Friday for early access. And I won't be able to do my Saturday in Space on Saturday because of an orchestra performance, but we'll do a Sunday stream instead. And it will be Kerbal Space Program 2, and we're going to just do the basics and a bunch of silly stuff, and then we'll come back to KSP 1 and do our grand tour. That is my tentative plan. But yeah, last Wednesday, we unlocked experimental aerodynamics. That gives us a bunch of large wing pieces, but more importantly, it gives us these very large liquid fuel tanks. It also gives us this engine mount, which I really want for our Grand Tour ship, and also this gigantical cargo bay, which will probably come in very handy. I'm hoping to incorporate these big cargo bays. Otherwise, we might have some exposed parts. I want some options for landers on different planets, and definitely we're going to have a drill that will be able to deploy and land on planets and bring back ores so that we can refine them en route. En route. So that's the plan. And what was the other one we need? It's not that or that. Not ion propulsion, not advanced unmanned tech, not large probes. Experimental science, that's the one. I want that large holding tank. It's not essential, but I do really want it. Other than that, the rest of this is just a bonus if we can get it. But yeah, that will cost us another 1,000 science, and we are 400 science away, so not actually that bad. It's pretty attainable. So let's see, let's take a look. We are 72 days away from our next Moho launch window, and we're going to try again to land something on Moho. Hopefully. All right, so let's go to the vehicle assembly building, and let's design something that we can add to our nearby fuel tank. I want to upgrade the refinery capabilities and the storage capabilities. And in particular, I want to be able to store ores there so that we don't have to... Oh, the baby monitor is not muted. There we go. They're up from their nap. I want to be able to transfer the ores and then immediately go back down to drill more of them. Let's start something new, actually, rather than have the drill docked the entire time. So we'll start with the probe right there, and let's start with, after that, not cargo, but let's go for payload. And we've got this 2.5 meter payload. I think that's our biggest one, isn't it? Oh, same size as, or same diameter rather as that. That one's smaller. That one's definitely smaller. Okay, so we're probably gonna want, that might even be overkill. We might not even do that at all. Let's go to electrical, and let's pop a couple batteries on this thing. Pop a bunch of batteries on this thing, why not? And then we're going to want solar panels as well. We can do these. Welcome back, Ribbon. I almost said Ribbon again. I always have to consciously tell myself Ribbon. That might be overkill, but you know, there's no kill like overkill, I say. It's more overkill than even I can justify. So let's go to tanks then, and here is the small holding tank. That's the one that we have available to us now, and I believe there are 6 of these. Yeah, there are 6 of these on the on our drilling machine. So let's do. Let's do this. That is 7 of them here. There's no such thing as overkill, says P. Penguin. There's no kill like overkill. And this gives us more attachment points. So let's go back to electrical, back to our solar panels, and let's do this. Except I only actually want 3 of them, I think, because we already have plenty of solar panel capacity on the station as it is. So what we can do here is remove from symmetry, delete, removes from symmetry and delete, remove from symmetry and delete. Then we want thermal control. So let's do this, and we'll go with the large thermal control system, which is definitely large, that's for sure. Larger than we need, I think. So we'll go with thermal control system medium. How about? There we go. That is much more reasonable. But also is attaching very strangely from there. So let's go here. That is weird how that is clipping like it's at a weird angle. Let's do it like this. That looks better. Shipwreck says, first, you're not. You're last so far, Shipwreck. I didn't get the notification. Oh no. I don't know why you didn't. That's unfortunate. This isn't that much fuel, Ribbon. And this is actually going to hold the ores that we will mine from Minmus before it is converted to fuel. Let's compare this to the size of the fuel tanks that we unlocked on Wednesday that I've been looking forward to for so long. Fuel tanks. Let's see. Liquid Mark III liquid fuel fuselage long. That's the fuel tank that I want to take with us on our grand tour. Spring Doom, welcome. Saying, Quest si que est. I thought you weren't streaming tonight. Oh, but I am, Supreme Doom. He lied to us, Mr. Prick. I did not. I didn't say I wasn't streaming today. Shipwreck, are we still on for streaming some Vault Hunters tomorrow, though? Fire Dan, you got your own command wrong again, Shipwreck. Yes, okay, cool. Yes, tomorrow at 4 p.m. my time, Mountain Standard Time, which is 6 p.m. Shipwreck's time, Eastern Standard Time, Shipwreck and I are going to stream some Vault Hunters. And of course, you are invited as well, Supreme Doom. Exactly. Shipwreck says, or Supreme Doom says, I think you were busy Saturday, so you streamed Wednesday Space. No, that was just me wanting to do more Kerbal Space Program on Wednesday. This coming Saturday, though, you might be thinking of this. This coming Saturday will not be able to stream, so we're going to be doing Kerbal Space Program 2, barring any technical difficulties, being a new game that I am just a little bit above the minimum tech requirements for. We'll be doing Kerbal Space Program 2. And Riven is not wrong. But yeah, that is the fuel tank that we're going to be filling up from now on. So yeah, this is our little ore holding tank right here. And then if we do, we already have our refinery up there, so we don't really need to take another refinery right now. What we can do now is, I do want to take more RCS fuel tanks up though, so more monopropellant tanks. So we'll do that. Let's go to coupling, and we want the Clampotron docking port. Did it not do the shout out? Let's try it this way. Oh, are you on the mobile, Supreme Doom? Because I don't think even that works with the on mobile. There it is. Yeah, Riven streams. Lately, it's been Star Trek Online, which is something I'm interested to see. But has also done some Kerbal Space Program recently, and does some Minecraft too. It used to. Yeah, interesting. Come on, Twitch, get your act together. Alright, but here's our docking port. Let's turn off symmetry mode so that we don't get a whole bunch of those all at once. There we go, and we want another one on the other side. Like so. Elkhorn, welcome. You quit, Supreme Doom. I know, right? How are you doing, Elkhorn? We'll shout out Elkhorn in a moment. I think it's still going to tell us it's too soon if we try right now after shouting out Riven. Elkhorn is a friend that I've met via Griffin, Prime, and Casual Carrots communities. Very fun streamer, and you are doing... you were doing Minecraft, but I can't remember exactly the series that you were doing. You were doing something specifical today, and I'm blanking. I'm very tired, and I had a nap right before a stream. But yeah, Elkhorn streams are very fun. And let's see, is that even gonna work? Twitch, what the heck? What the heckity heck? Yeah, you did it right, Supreme Doom. Good grief. Yeah, it's not you, it's Twitch. Your normal haunt on Infinity Cove. That's what it was. Infinity Cove. Yes. Very cool. Okay, so this is pretty much ready to go, but let's also add some more in the same launch. Let's add some monopropellant tanks. And what are the biggest ones we have available? It is these FLR 750s. Big guys. I'll handle it, Soup, says Shipwreck. There it is, a shout out for Elkhorn. Definitely worth a follow. And we don't necessarily need a huge tank for this. Because, yeah, we can refine this on the station now. So let's go back to coupling. And we also have this giant docking port now. We don't need it here, so I'm not going to use it. But look at this. This is the Clampotron Senior. So we have the Clampotron Senior, the Clampotron, and the Clampotron Junior, which we have used a couple times, I think. Yeah, that little guy. But yeah, we're using the standard-sized Clampotron docking port for this, though. There it is. I think I want this to look a little nicer, though, so let's go to structural and let's do the Rockomax brand adapter. And this will look a lot nicer. There we go. That's way cooler. Ooh, we can make it orange. Let's leave it black. Let's also launch it empty, since we can refine this where we're taking it, and so we can save launch mass. Sounds like Christmas. We can save launch mass. And let's do auto strut to grandparent part. Grandparent part. There we go. Alright, that will help it not wobble around. And of course, Alcorn, no worries on that. And now, we are at 6 tons, 6,000 kilograms. What if we also add a giant empty fuel tank? How much will that add to our mass? Fuel tanks. Mark III liquid fuel fuselage. Okay, full, that's 63 tons. Empty, that is 13 tons. Yeah, we can definitely do this. Oh, you got the, okay, you finally made your storage controller. Nice. So wait, do you have simple storage networks, Shipwreck, on Vault Hunters? And that's what the storage controller is for, right? Simple storage networks. You also researched megatorches. Nice. I was going to suggest at you, for the hilarity of it, I was going to suggest, what is it? The colossal chests. Have you seen those? Oh, right. We have a Mark III monopropellant tank. All right. Never mind. Never mind this. We're doing this. That's better. So, Clampetron docking port. And a that. But let's see if there's anything that we have that will make this a little bit less. You're gonna need that torch for a Wither Skelly farm, and it'll make making a guardian farm easier. Yeah, we desperately need a Wither Skeleton farm for multiple reasons, Shipwreck. We really, really do. Okay. Pete Beckman says, I just realized you were using Mirror Universe flag from original Star Trek. Yes, I've been using this the whole time for the Terran Empire. Wherever the Terran Empire is, I guess. That's a weird looking map. That doesn't look like Kerbal at all, but you know what? We found this flag and it looks cool, so we're gonna use it for some reason. Yeah, nothing suspicious about this. Don't worry about that. Okay, under structural. Now I want to find where is that engine mount. Payload aerodynamics, I don't think so, but I'm gonna look there. Utility? Oh, we have this too. The Mark III passenger module, which carries 16 Kerbals. Yeah, that's got some room in it. We're going to be using a that for our Grand Tour ship, that's for sure. Everyone says, whereas I'm boring and use the UKSA flag. Pete Magman says, I'm building a plastic model of the Enterprise and I couldn't find the right paint, so it is darker than I wanted, so I made it the Mirror Universe version. Nice. What's colossal chests? Oh, shipwreck. Colossal chests are just what they sound like. They're gigantic chests. You can make it looks like a regular single Minecraft chest, but you can make it a 3x3x3 block or a 5x5x5 up to, I think, 7x7x7 is the limit in this this mod pack, and you can increase its efficiency, its capacity, by upgrading it to, I think, copper and iron, maybe even diamond. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's a gigantic chest. It's right up your alley for storage. Just throw everything in, and it will work with your storage controller, I believe. So, yeah. Ruben says, I want a model that I had years ago but can't find it anywhere, and that's the 1 to 1600 Enterprise E. That sounds pretty cool. I do have a model of the SS Botany Bay that I need to put together. What is that, the DVY-7? Is that what that model's called? That model ship? I've tried to build one in Kerbal Space Program before, and I struggled, but I should try it again. But let's see. I'm still looking for... Not under payload, is it? No. Structural... Ah, here it is. The Mark III engine mount. Yeah, this is just a nice looking part. but it might not fit here. It's also kind of heavy. It's 0.7 tons. But it can't do 64 by 64? No. That wouldn't fit into your cave, Shipwreck. Let's empty that. Let's go back to, yeah, we're in structural. Let's see, how does this look on the end? Does it look dumb? It looks real dumb. Because it's too small. And I don't think there is something that is the actual right size. So yeah, we're gonna leave it bare. And that is fine. That looks fine. Ooh. There we go. But yeah, what we can do, Shipwreck, with a wither skeleton farm, it'll be easier to make. Well, one thing, it's going to be required for the vault altar eventually, but also it'll make making the vault dolls easier, and also we will be able to use it to to make safer vaults where we'll get less experience in them, but we won't lose our stuff if we die. And for bone, right? No, for coal. For coal. Yeah. Obviously, it'll be a coal farm. Okay, just checking to see if there's anything else here that we want. No. Okay, so that is that. We do want to put... Let's put a little bit of monopropellant in this. And let's put some monopropellant, some RCS ports on here. Put some nice and hefty ones on. And yeah, there's a disadvantage. The 4x4 symmetry is a little bit goofy here. Look at this. If I put it over here, it's mirrored over there. If I put it in here, it's way in there. So we're gonna do 2x2 for this. Like so. And then we're going to go 2x2 over here as well. Badoop and badoop. And let's do the same thing down here. Okay, that looks good, and that will give us some good control. But we also need forwards and backwards, so let's do from here. And here we can do the four-way symmetry. Did I do this weirdly? Yeah, I did. Let's do right there. Okay, I like that better. So let's adjust this to match. There we go. That looks pretty good. Let's add some lights. We don't need spotlights. Let's do a little bit softer than that. Let's do dome lights. There and there. Okay, that is going to be pretty good. And that will let us maneuver this thing into place. and let's also change this. So actuation toggles, we just want fore and aft for these. Okay, and I think that will... Yep, that applies to those ones that are in symmetry mode as well. So let's do that up here too. Because these ones are going to waste fuel if we try to use them for yaw, pitch roll, etc. Yeah, this is left and right, up and down, forward and backwards is what those mean. There we go. That will help a ton. Is Booznate off the shipwreck? No. Riven. Well, it should be off cooldown. Do you need to refresh Shipwreck? Riven redeemed that shortly before you showed up. But that was 28 minutes ago, so it should be off cooldown. Okay, that is going to be pretty good. Now this thing can maneuver itself into place, and these will also help greatly while we are maneuvering it with the space forklift. So we're going to name this Large Fuel Tank 4.0. Save. There it is. Stupid Twitch, says Shipwreck. Pete Vegman redeemed Hydrate, and Shipwreck redeemed Booznate. Let's do that. Let's do the Hydrate first, since it was redeemed first. Delicious and refreshing. You should have, Ribbon. You should have triggered it again. That would have been hilarious. All right. I think this is about ready to strap onto a rocket and launch. So let's pick up our reusable heavy launch vehicle. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, here we go. The Callisto 2.1 reusable heavy launch vehicle. And let's do... Yeah, we can do it that way. And build the fairing. Will we even need to flare it out? I think we might be okay. Yeah, look at that. This is made for this. I mean, literally, this is what it's for. These big launches. There we go. That looks pretty dang good. We've got a good amount of Delta V as well. Okay, good. It is accounting for that. Excellent. Okay, I think let's just check our staging. And I think we are good to go. Quickly checking everything here, and yeah, we're fine. Lunch. I would have, says Shipwreck. I know you would have. But plus it would have been extra funny. All right, let's see. Check our staging. We've got our massive number of engines on the first stage. We've got this decoupler here. Upper stage engine pairing. Hey, we got Shadow. Very cool. Yeah, fairing, and then we have that. All right, that is good. Let's launch it. And let's see if this makes it to orbit on the first try. It should, right? It should. All right. Here we go. It's loading. It's loading the launch pad. It's doing the thing. You got ripped off, you wanted 3? Well, it's random. You didn't get ripped off, Shipwreck. You got more than 0. Boing. Take a look at our altimetry map of Moho. Still where we left it. Your butt is random. You know it. All right, let's arm the flight manager for recoverable stages. Let's warp to sunrise, and this will probably bounce again. Let's do this in the daytime. There we go. Boing, boing. Too freaking funny. And, oh, I just realized an issue. We need to make sure that our root part is on the booster and not on the probe. You're still waiting on watermelon dress. You know that if it happens, is going to happen later. Okay, let's move down this way. And I think that right there, that's what we want. Okay, but I can't get to it like this, so there we go. Now I can get to it. Let's do the reroute tool. There we go. Now we will follow the booster stage up and back down without getting our calculations for where the surface of the planet is wrong in the game's engine. All right, save. And now let's launch. Because I've determined that this is why we were having some of our landing attempts stop several meters above the surface of the planet and fail to stick the landing. So it's again those calculation imprecisions that I'm hoping will be better in Kerbal Space Program 2. We'll find out next week. All right. Okay, armed. Very good. Let's warp to sunrise. I said warp to sunrise. There we go. I failed launches. No. Landings. All right, and we're going to do, let's close the landing info window. Let's do the ascent guidance and also landing guidance. Let's do them both. Let's... Wow, Shipwreck. I mean, I know I have a policy that I don't argue with my moderators, but I want it known. That was an unjust derp. That's for tattling on myself. You were here for them, Shipwreck. You were here for it. Wow. Oh my goodness. Let's pick a target on the map. Let's land right here. Should be pretty good. My sec. That's what he spelled. He spelled sec. Yeah, but Kaylee derped you at me. Wow, okay, so it's just like you were jealous of Kaylee getting to do the derp. Okay, that's a good looking rocket with that. That's a perfect fairing. That's the size fairing this rocket is made for. Okay, so now let's close that. We want orbit altitude. Let's target 250 kilometers. Limit angle of attack to, let's up that to 8 degrees. And yeah, we should be good to go. The only thing I'm gonna have to do manually is deploy the fairing. So let's engage the autopilot. There we go. And we are, let's see, let's do that camera there. We are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of the Callisto 2 heavy launch vehicle carrying a brand new...
And the crowd goes wild!
Yay! Thank you, man. Brand new fuel tank up to the nearby fuel tank station. Vehicle is pitching downrange. Everything is looking normal. Vehicle is supersonic. Okay. Kaboom, says Shipwreck. Apparently not. I mean, so far. We have main engine cutoff. Stage separation. We should probably disengage the autopilot for this. There we go. And land at target. There goes our payload. Come on. we need to slow down this rotation. Still a chance. Where's the kaboom? Says Hulk. We're supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. There is still a chance, Hulk. Alright, land at target. Come on. You can do this. If it can stop its rotationing, it can do this. Okay. Kaboom, please, Shipwreck. Look at that yawing. There's more than a chance. There is more than a chance, unfortunately. Let me help it out here. And pointing towards its maneuver. All right, come on. I need you to do your boost back burn, or we're gonna run out of Delta V here. Fortunately, this landing is a bonus. It saves money, but I would really like to land this thing. Come on. Come on, MechJeb. You've got this. You can do it. You're pointing the right way. Do the burn. Do it. There we go. Okay, so here's our landing prediction. It needs to line up with our landing target. Shipwreck did a random cut and he got Shadow again. Rigged, says Shipwreck. You know it's not. Yeah, this is quite the boost back. I'm not pleased with how long it took to decide, okay, time to do the boost back. But we shall see. I did add Delta V to the landing stage, so hopefully, but yeah, we're already down into the atmosphere, and we're coming in at quite the steep angle, so I do not have a whole lot of confidence in this particular landing. Because we've gone downrange way more than we usually do, and yeah, look at that Delta V just drop. We need to maintain about 450 for the landing, and yeah, we're gonna splash down. Cut the engines, Shipwreck. Well, the engine's cut automatically. We have 800 meters per second remaining of Delta V. That's, you know, not bad. Let's do this view here. This is gonna be interesting. We'll probably splash down and at least have something to recover, but it's not going to be the perfect landing that I was hoping for. Yeah, we're going to be about 43 kilometers away from our landing target. But it cut the engines because it knew it couldn't make it back, so... You know, that's something. Coming down in through the clouds. Smash into Elon Musk's space Tesla and blows up. The space Tesla is in space, shipwreck, in a completely different solar system. This is reminding me of the early days of the Falcon 9 test landings that would happen just like this, in fact, in the water. Just like this. Very familiar. And the engines are going to sink to the bottom of the ocean. All right, well, let's go to the main mission. The Scan Bear Pig sinks into lava. Wow. Resume flight. We're good. We're fine. You misread that, Driven? Oh no. I hope Shipwreck is satisfied, says Pete Beckman. I know, right? I am now, says Shipwreck, because he got a splash, which is kind of like a boom, and he got to derp add me. Which I say is unfair, but okay. Alright. Autopilot takes over again. No, we don't want that actually to be staged. So let's put it up there. Let's deploy the fairings manually. There we go. Whoa! Well, that ain't good. Our thermal control systems have all gotten clipped. Maybe the engineer can fix that. We'll see. Unfair as one cat. Did that just decouple this? Because that is a MechJeb fail right there. Yeah, look at that. Way to go, MechJeb. That's problematical. I should not have allowed it access to that part there. So here's what we're going to do. Disengage autopilot and abort mission. Because this mission has failed. Oof. That's your issue. It decouples but doesn't. The reason this decoupled but didn't, it did decouple, but this was not under its own thrust, but this was still pushing it. So the decoupling did succeed, but then there was nothing to pull the parts apart. And yeah, this is also a very big problem here. So yeah, we're going to learn from this and iterate on this design. And I hear a fanfare. Nutric, welcome. Can we get a shout out for Nutric MC? Nutric is a very chill Minecraft streamer. We got more fanfares. Let's enjoy this re-entry. You're coming in just as we are failing a launch. We designed a new ship. I'm gonna let the fanfares play and then catch up to them. Let's see. Yeah, we have Nutric rating. We have Ford Fungus and Smatcat with the follows. Thank you very much. Welcome. fireworks show just for you guys. And let's see, we've got let's catch up on the chat. Yeah, exactly, Pete Bingham. America's really making a lot of noise in space. But here's the thing. Here's my headcanon for this. The noises we're hearing are from hull-mounted microphones on the ship. So yes, we would be hearing the noise. It has a medium to travel through, which is the metal of the hull. And we got Ford Fungus saying, yo, love it, says Ship. Smackcat says, sup. Fluff Feather, welcome, says Nutricarade. And there's my cat, Crickshanks, up on the screen. We got Nexty saying, wow, raid. And that was Shipwreck. And Ribbon sniping the Booznate. And Ribbon saying, why do I always expect the 2001 theme? I'll allow it, says Pete Beckman. Very good.
Man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Game over. All right. So let's go back to the Space Center. And first but not really, Supreme Doom will welcome. And let's do the Booznate from Ribbon. We've got our double IPA from Moab Brewery that I like to do on the Space. It's a Saturdays in Space because it's got a spaceman on it. Look at that. Also, it's delicious. So. Shipwrecker says, I need to get all three. Then, Ribbon steals Booznate. Can I ban Ribbon? I mean, you're our moderator. I mean, what can I do about it? I don't argue with my moderators, that's for sure. So what were you up to, Nutric? I didn't see your go live today, so I don't recall, or I wouldn't be able to recall what you were up to. Hey Dan, says Supreme Doom. How are you doing, Supreme Doom? Are you going to join us tomorrow for vault hunting? Because I may or may not need to recover from a catastrophic off-camera death where I lost a bunch of stuff in a vault with less than a second on the clock when I could see the portal right in front of me. And bodyguard duty is a perfect way to do it. All right, so let's do... let's open that ship, the Large Fuel Tank 4.0. So what we're doing right now is we are adding we are upgrading the capabilities of our fuel depot in space, which we have jokingly named the Nearby Fuel Tank Station, NFT Station. You were going to? Very cool. Sure, says, Dan, why is the crowd goes wild sound alert out of stock? Well, because there's a cooldown on it. Because Ribbon did it. So we had a couple of issues here. We're in the late game here, so I've installed some mods, and throughout most of this career, we've done it the Kerbal way and manually flown our rockets. So we're trying to learn some of the autopilot stuff, which is actually a much more true-to-life way to fly these rockets, these missions. And we ran into some issues doing so. One was the staging was a little bit questionable. So this engine plate, we need to disable staging. So that is not an option for our autopilot to stage that and deploy our engine. Supreme Doom got it. It probably wasn't out of stock, Shipwreck, but you needed to refresh again. Supreme Doom says, okay, you're okay with bodyguard then? Woof, I thought you were gonna ask me to bodyguard. Well, I might need a bodyguard. And yes, doing bodyguard duty for lower level vaults is a perfect way for me to get some vault completions and recover some of my stuff. Fires Twitch, says Shipwreck. Very nice. And here, what we can do is, there's the problem. Our ejection force is set to the default 100. That needs to be much, much higher. In fact, let's set that to about 720. That should get it out of the way of the thermal control systems. So that'll be good. Let's also extend it a little bit to give it a little bit more clearance. Edit fairing. So yeah, when we deployed this fairing, it clipped these thermal control systems that are a crucial part of this ship. This is a fuel refinery. We are drilling on one of the moons of Kerbal for ores, and then bringing these ores to the fuel tank, the fuel depot, to be refined into fuel. And Smackcat is going to lurk. No worries, Smackcat. Enjoy your lurk. Good to see you here. And Shipwreck says, come on, Dan, you're streaming on YouTube now. Looks to me like I'm streaming on Twitch. Let's see. Yep. It says Twitch. Stream says, I guess low-level bodyguarding is better than low-life bodyguarding. Well, I could do low-life, low-level bodyguarding and bodyguard to low-life, low-level, low-level, low-life. That was hard to say. Okay, also... let's disable staging here. In fact, no. Here's what we're going to do. We're not going to use the Ascent and Guidance for this. I don't trust it on this. We would ideally have more options for programming it, and I do not have the capabilities or the time right now to learn the more advanced scripting program that people have modded into this game called Kerbal Operating System, or Chaos. So we're using MechJeb. Let's see. Serena said, hey, be nice, you, me. I'm not a lowlife, you dolphin. And he's only had 2 mouthfuls of appearances or in sheesh. I almost pulled that off. I know, right? Luli, how are you doing? Welcome, Luli. Good to see you. And I got everyone here today. Nice. Okay. Oh, Ship is here, says Lily. I know, right? I tried to get rid of him, but no, he tries to ban me. Okay, so let's save those changes. Double check our staging is still good. Yep. So what we like to do here, we have a self-imposed rule where we give a minimum of 2 weeks between launches. The game allows me to launch immediately right after, but this is there's a shout out for Shipwreck that Shipwreck probably did. Ship's like a bad smell, turns up unexpectedly. It's the mole poop it's everywhere. Satan, how are you doing? Hello, Satan. How is your vacation going? But yeah, I put at least 2 weeks between launches, partly so that we can advance the clock and get more progress on our long-term missions, and partly to simulate the boing, the time it would take to clean up the pad, refurbish it, build the next rocket, and roll it out to the pad, which would realistically take more than 2 weeks. So what we're going to do is add a manual alarm. Yeah, we have 72 days until our next important alarm. Let's create an alarm, manual one. It's behind this. That's okay. Let's do 15 days. Let's just do that. Add the alarm and warp to it. Epilepsy warning. I've got to give that beforehand. Elric, redeeming the hydrate. How are you doing, Elric? Yeah, man, everyone's here. Very cool. And Shipwreck. There we go. It's been 2 weeks since that last launch. Let's see. Shipwreck says, hey, I wouldn't shout myself out. I have morals. Maybe it was Supreme Doom, but, you know. Don't worry, Ship. I appreciate you, I guess, says Lily. I know, right? And that was a comment. Lily's mean. I think it's an imposter. That's a different game, Shipwreck. That's a different game. Let's turn off the booze cam. There we go. Yes. All right, delete and close. We're good to go. Okay, so Flight Manager for recoverable stages is armed. Let's close that there. Let's open up our landing guidance computer. Let's pick our landing target. Right here, a little north of the Space Center. Okay, let's watch this launch from the ground. That's always fun. Target self. Set position. Let's watch it from on top of... Let's watch it from over here, actually. There we go. We got a nice silhouette of a rocket there. Okay, so let's not be quite so aggressive as our ascent guidance computer was on our gravity turn, so that we don't go as far down range, and maybe we can actually make it back to the launch site this time. Nice palm tree, says Lily. Yeah. Lily says you're seeing glimpses of my true self, ship. Watch out for balloons. I know, right? There's all sorts of... I have actually seen people recreating the Chinese weather balloons in both Minecraft and Kerbal Space Program. It's kind of awesome. I approve. All right, here we go. Why can I not? No probe control. Really? We don't have electric charge? Hold on. I thought we had solar panels on this stage, but we don't. So, that is good to know. Let's pull it back in. What are Chinese weather balloons, asked Lily? That is... We've had a couple of Chinese observation balloons fly over North America recently and get shot down. It's been interesting. There's all sorts of conspiracy theories around it. Sus indeed. It's been pretty funny, actually. All right, let's You think only one was confirmed Chinese, though? I haven't been following it very, very strongly. It's been funny, but I'm like, okay, whatever. They were probably Canadian. They were probably full of sticky maple syrup. Oh. Making the same joke. The other one was Canadian, eh? The rest are Marvin the Martian, the Canadian Martian. All right, let's add... Let's just add some small solar panels to this stage to keep the batteries topped off. Save and launch. And we're already 2 weeks out, so yeah. These are we're going with these. Were installed on the pad by our technicians last second. And that's not a problem we usually run into, because usually we have launch clamps, but this one we're holding up with its own landing gear, so we had no umbilicals attached, keeping the fuel topped off and the batteries charged. 99 luft balloons. 99 Luftballon. That many, I guess. I mean, that's a lot of luft balloons. Okay, here we go. Camera tools, target self, and let's do our set position with click. We'll watch it from, let's watch it from here, actually. Right there, on the ground. We're all standing right here watching this rocket launch. There we go. Beautiful. Landing info, we need to choose our landing spot one more time. Landing guidance. Pick target on the map. There we go. A little north of the launch site. Oh. That is cursed. Okay. It tried to render the camera view and the map view at the same time. I've never seen that before. Okay. All right. In fact, it took away our camera view. Oh, that is just so rude. Clear position. Set position. Here. There we go. Okay. All right, and we are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of the Callisto 2 heavy launch vehicle, carrying our fuel tanks to the nearby fuel tank station, the NFT station.
Pretty impressive, huh? I bet you're pretty impressed.
Yeah, thank you, Riven. And vehicle is pitching downrange. Look at all of those engines. Vehicle is supersonic. And I see there are some messages I'll catch up to here. Let's go ahead and click prograde here. No, they're left. Maybe they're right, says Shipwreck. Since you're so good at pronunciation, Dan, says Lily, how do you say Luchtballon? You mean Luchtballon? And Nutric saying, thank you up until now. Gotta go lurk and get some rest. See you around. See you around too, Nutric. Thank you for bringing your crew over. Always good to see you. Alright, we're coming up to main engine cutoff. We have Miko. Stage separation. And we're going to turn this thing around. So that we can land at our target. Okay, and if I turn it around manually, we'll get there quicker than if the autopilot was doing it. All right, and now we click on land at target. And we're gonna keep watching it from down here and see if the camera can stay where it is. Perfect, says Lily. Which one, Luchtballon or Luchtballon? And what does that mean, Luchtballon? Is that a real word, or did he just want me to say that, those words? And Riven sniped the Booznade again. Either, both, okay. And there's the Discord. Oh, is that not working either? Okay, one of the bots is... It must be Stream Elements. Stream Elements must be down. Ah, I see. Same as Luchtballon, but in a different language. Is that Dutch? Yeah, I think Stream Elements must not be working properly, because the shoutouts weren't working except for the official Twitch ones. And yeah, this is very dark, but there's our rocket right there. Against a blurry night sky. Okay, yeah, Dutch. Very nice. Hot air balloon in English, I guess. Yeah. Air balloon, really. I don't think that's specifically the word for air, but it's like the Luftwaffe, the Air Force for Germany. Sprechen ze Dutch? This is Shipwreck. It's only fair. I pronounce all the French words that they put in my chat that way. I'll do it with the German too. Luft is air. Okay. You did, Shipwreck. You did butcher that. All right, and this is autopilot. This is hands off. This is doing this the right way. And there's a very good chance that the camera is going to start clipping into the ground when we get close to the ground, in which case I'll just end the camera view. Yeah, in fact, the way that that's moving, I think it's probably the camera has shifted, but we'll see. And yeah, you guys, I don't even know if you can quite see that, but it is right there, and it's gonna come into the lighter area very soon. In fact, let's reset the camera. Oh, it's still there. There we go. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. All right, we are entering the atmosphere. Or Niederländisch, if you want, if you meant Dutch. Interesting. I've never actually I think I've heard that term before. Now let's. Oh, no wonder it's so dark. We're in the middle of an eclipse. That explains it. Okay, I was like, why is this so dark? This should not be so dark. But yeah, of course it's dark. We're in an eclipse. That's kind of cool. Eclipses are a lot more regular on Kerbal than they are on Earth, since the moon is in a perfectly equatorial orbit. Total eclipse of the heart, says Supreme Doom. There we go. We got some flames to highlight that for us. Okay, we're starting our landing burn. And yeah, look at that. Let's do this camera here. And yeah, all the rendering is a little bit weird right now. Not sure why, but okay. We're landing on a tree. Fortunately, the trees don't have a hitbox, so yeah, all the rendering has gone weird, and I think it's because of the eclipse. But there, that's better. Look at that, a perfect landing. Okay, let's go to the main mission. And then I will, I can see what you're writing there, people. I'm gonna catch up on chat in a second. It's going wild. All right, we're loading up the main mission here. All right, let's pitch down. Let's point prograde and let's see. Did we fix the issue with the fairing? We sure did. Okay, good. Phew. That's a relief. All right, let's pitch down to 0 degrees so that we can get our lateral velocity up, and let's catch up on the chat. Bonus points, says Elcorn, for a blind landing. I mean, the computer wasn't blind, so I didn't do that landing. That was, I planned the landing, but I let the computer execute it. Lou is saying, Parlous to Francaise ship? Go boom! And Shipwreck says, Oi Jesuis Francaise. Tres bien Luli, says Supreme Doom. Luli says, Avoila Jesuis Baguette. Watch out for the trees with me, Megman. That's Barbecue Rhino again, says Riven. You're not wrong. Oh my gosh. Let's try this one. See, I know how to properly pronounce the German. I can't manage the French, so I'm just going to do this. Cane tu es aussi le français, si oui en pux parler le dedan et il le saris germaise. Is that something about a dinosaur? George of the jungle, Dan of the Kerbal. I like Elcorn's version better. Sorry, Supreme Doom. It's better. Julie says, I don't know it that well of the ship, but you gossip in French about Dan, and I'll gossip in German or Dutch. I'm more likely to understand the German and the Dutch. Closer to English. Oh, you guys are all fired. Meanwhile, we're working on our orbit here. And yeah, exactly, Pete Venkman. Even when I land during the day, it will be dark, apparently. Yeah, I have no... Oh, music is very loud for you. Interesting. Is it now? Okay, is it not... Oh my gosh, it is not... Let's turn the ducking on. There we go. Is that better? Okay, because it's, once again, it's pretty much hit or miss. Will OBS get my audio for Kerbal Space Program through the Kerbal Space Program channel, or will it think that I'm playing Hard Space Shipbreaker? Yeah, the filters were not on for the Hard Space Shipbreaker audio, and guess which one OBS decided to use today? Classic dance, Speed Venkman, always landing in the dark. It was for you, Pete. It was for you. Alright, we're heading to an apoapsis of 250 kilometers. There it is. And let's let MechJeb handle this. We don't need landing guidance anymore. Let's do the maneuver planner. Oh, you guys. And let's do, yeah, circularize at the next apoapsis, create the node. That looks good to me, except there's all this noise. Let's filter it out. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. All right, execute next node. Now our guidance computer will take care of the rest. And yeah, is the sound better? I can see it's actually ducking now. I was not aware that the ducking filter had been turned off on the Hard Space Shipbreaker audio. I just thought, okay, well, at least it's not coming in as simply desktop audio. Boo! So you guys have been just deafened by the music, and it's not been ducking out of the way of my voice this whole time. Thanks for saying so, Luli. I really appreciate the feedback. Okay. Let's give it access to the maneuvering thrusters so that it can actually point towards the maneuver node. The maneuver marker on our nav ball. Doing the fine adjustments there. Not exactly fuel efficient, but it is very precise. Alcorn says, oh, that ducking filter is ducking impressive. You know it. It scared us a few times, some even said so. Really? Okay, that's what you were talking about with that scared me. Okay, I didn't know what you meant. And then there was all this, you know, this jabberish in my chat. Hilarious. Yeah, the only reason I have the Hard Space Shipbreaker audio source in this scene is because a couple of the times that it refused utterly to pick up the KSP audio source, I noticed that it was putting sound through Hard Space Shipbreaker, which, guess what game I'm not playing right now? I'm not playing Hard Space Shipbreaker. Louis says, we sprechen gewoon normal Hordan. Wow, that's pretty close to some English words that are a little bit... and I'm guessing that is Dutch, and I'm not quite sure exactly how to pronounce it. Oh, you guys crack me up. Okay, we're pointing at the thing. Why are we not time warping? Let's try that right there. Because we're 7.5 minutes away from the maneuver node, and I don't want to wait that in real time. So here's what we're going to do. Abort node execution. And let's manually time warp closer to it, because it's only a 9-second burn. There we go. Execute next node. Let's let it use our reaction control thrusters again here. I nailed it. Luli says, you nailed it, Dan. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. I never would, Luli. I have perfect, unassailable confidence. Don't let the derp counter mislead you. I do everything perfect, like B-dubs and Redstone. All right, we're pointing at the maneuver marker on the nav ball. It's going to hold this attitude, and very soon we'll get our... Oh. Shipwreck added a derp for some reason, I don't know. Lying to your fans. Wow, I never would, Shipwreck, I never would. All right, here's the burn. Beautiful, we have a nice circular orbit. Okay, so let's take a look at the map, and let's choose our target first. And Shipwreck, you just keep getting Shadow and only Shadow. Shadow just really likes you, Shipwreck. Makes sense, he's kind of a butt. Alright, let's set Minimus as our target. And let's do a bi-impulsive transfer to that target. Create node. there it is, but we're also going to fine-tune that manually, because yeah, it's targeted the center of the moon. We don't want that. Let's use this tool here. It's more precise. There's our actual target in the nearby fuel tank station, NFT station. And that is pretty good right there. Let's go for that. And that is almost precisely 1 kilometer per second of delta V of the 3.3 that we have available to us. It's rigged, says Shipwreck. It's not rigged. Shadow just really likes you. Alright, execute next node. That's 1 minute burn coming up in 10 minutes. Give it access to our maneuvering thrusters again here. Alright, there is our predicted orbit after our maneuver. Not possible, says Lily. Definitely not rigged. Let's see. Am I immune to the cooldown? I don't think I am. Let's see. Random cat. Redeem. Oh, I can do it right now. Hey, and I got Crookshanks. Yep. Now there's a cooldown of 1 minute. See, it's totally random, Shipwreck. Shipwreck just wants to get his best money's worth and have all 3 cats at once. Why are we not auto time warping? Okay, let's manually time warp then. Execute next node. We are not doing it? Are we not doing it? Okay, there we go. Alright, so now we'll watch this orbit here shift until it matches this one, which will get us an encounter with Minimus. Riven redeemed a random cat and got Crookshanks. Alright, let's speed the game up, so we don't have to watch the entire minute of this in real time. Alright, back to real time. And Elric redeeming the Boozinate. And the Hydrate. Elric always redeems those in pairs. I appreciate it. Keep Hangover Dan at bay. Alright, here we go. A Boozinate for Elric. Triple Cats is a myth, says Shipwreck. And yet you've seen it multiple times. It didn't finish the maneuver. Interesting. Hold on now. Okay, it's still working on it. Okay, well, we'll get it. And the Hydrate. Just keep trying, Shipwreck. It's as likely as any other. Any one cat is as likely as any pair of cats is as likely as 3. There it is. Supreme Doom got it. Perfect. That's amazing. Alright, abort node execution, and let's do this part manually. And yeah, this is not doing what I want it to. So, let's point prograde again. I said it only worked for her. No, I didn't. Arya's sticking around a little longer. It's slightly different every time. There she goes, Arya. Okay, let's focus our view here. There we go. And Luli got Crookshanks. Shipwreck feels like he's being scammed. Yeah. He's not. He's just unlucky. Okay. Well, that worked. You're drunk, MechJeb. Go home. You've boozinated too much. Let's time warp now. We're going to arrive at Minmus in 5 days. Rick says, I'll play with my own toys, and does a Dan joke. Fossbot says, my friend said to me, what rhymes with orange? I said, no, it doesn't. That is a joke that I would say, actually. GG, Fossbot, that's a good Dan joke. Supreme says, I'm his favorite. I'd say he's the luckiest man alive. He's got me. He's just not lucky with the cats. Alright, let's go back to real time. Turn off the RCS. We don't need that right now. Whoa, what the heck? What are you doing, OBS? It unmuted my preview for a moment. That's very strange. Okay. Two separate messages. You forgot to enter. Hilarious. All right, let's extend the solar panels. Yeah, that was, man, all this stuff is being weird today. Extend. We got these cool circular ones. I like these. They're fun. This toy was the Dan joke. Yep. Okay, so that will keep us charged all up. And what are we doing on our resources? Our monopropellant is doing fine. We've used about a quarter of what we brought with us. We did not bring a full tank. Let's time warp here. All right, we're getting our signal relayed from a satellite around Minmus. That's good. Yeah, Shipwreck set up the Dan joke, so that's what he means by I'll play with my own toys. Hey, Riven got all 3 cats. Maybe it's that Crookshanks and Arya just don't like Shipwreck. Boom, sister. GG, you guys. All right, at our periapsis, we are going to point retrograde. Let's point retrograde now. There we go. Shadow disappeared first. Who's gonna disappear last? Oh, Crookshanks is sticking around longest this time. Supreme News says, lol, I feel bad for Ship. He's allergic though, so no wonder Shadow is sticking around. Shadow wants to rub all of his cat dander in Shipwreck's face. You're not cleaning their litter boxes anymore? Well, you never cleaned them in the first place, Shipwreck. I've been waiting on it. It's really piling up in there. I think there's some poop in there that is not even from a cat. I think it's a mole that left that poop. Set the fuel tank as our target. All right, let's get our capture orbit. Luli is shocked. This is what happens, Luli. This is what happens. All right, now we've got quite the inclination, so let's circularize our orbit, actually. And then let's use MechJeb, which has worked so well for us so far, right? To match planes with the target. Create node. Yeah, and that's only going to cost 22 meters per second. That will be fine. Let's execute next node. It's the toddlers, says Supreme Doom. It was Luli, says Shipwreck. It might have been Luli. I don't think it was the toddlers, considering, I still change their diapers. So, you know, I'm pretty sure it was a mole. I'm a toddler, says Luli. I have no evidence you're not, Luli. Let's just leave it at that. How do I know you're not a toddler? I never asked for your age because I don't do that. All right, here we are coming on a descending node. MechJeb is being real weird. This I do not trust to be correct. Very strange. Okay, well, that's all right. Okay, ascending node, let's point anti-normal, and let's do some fine-tuning ourselves. Yeah, MechJeb, you're being a little weird today. Real weird. Riven says, hang on, you give the toddlers a litter box? I mean, maybe I should. I don't, but maybe I should. Maybe that would do the trick. They're about ready for potty training, so... I think toddler litter box is genius, this premium. I guess a potty is kind of the same. We have accomplished so much in this stream. Let me tell you, we're 2 hours in and we're on one mission. But kitty litter in the potty, that sounds like a terrible idea that I'm probably gonna have to tell the kids not to do when they have free reign. All right, let's time warp to here. Yeah, I'm doing a whole lot more fixing of MechJeb's mistakes today than I usually have to, and I don't understand why. Very, very strange. Okay. We're 5 minutes away from the ascending nodes. Let's time warp just a little bit closer. Because we're so helpful. Natürlich. I said it Germany because that's the best I could do. Springman says, things I never thought I'd say till I had kids. Don't put Cheerios in your nose again, please. SMH my head, says Lily. That's pretty tame, Supreme Doom. Don't put Cheerios in your nose again. Okay. I want to really fine-tune this. If Cheerios in the nose are the biggest problem you have to deal with, you are a lucky mom. There we go. Yeah, at least the Cheerios so they can still breathe. I guess it depends on which way they went in. You have good kids, nice. That's good. And Shipwreck got 2 cats this time. Everyone but Shadow. So Shipwreck, you've had all 3 cats, just not all at once. Also, don't color your brother. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that one, I'm sure. Okay. We can reset this. There we go. So let's try. Will that give us a good approach? Yes, it will. All right, we're trying this again. This maneuver node just keeps moving around. That's part of the issue. Shipwreck slaps the cats. Wow, Shipwreck. Wow. That's so very rude of you. How do you dare? Whoa. Whoa, what was that? Did you see that? Okay, create node. Execute next node. Shipwreck. He did it himself and gave them all sunglasses. Hey, look, I got all three. You did. Good job, Shipwreck. You got all three. Pete Bangman says, wait until they carve pictures in the side of your car. Oh, no. Riven says, the best one I ever had with my kids was, don't drink that bleach. Oh, no. Yeah, don't. Don't drink that bleach. That's a bad plan. That's a very bad plan. Not recommended. Alright. This is your chance to redeem yourself, MechJeb. 3.7 meter per second burn. Can you do it? And that one, perfect. Fine tune, there we go. Not bad at all. Okay, so now let's time warp to. Let's see, we're gonna meet them at 1 day and 3 hours and 48 minutes. So if we go to here, we'll get pretty close. Pete Penguin says, my son managed to open a pill safety bottle when he was 2 and took some of my mother-in-law's heart medicine. Oh no, that's terrifying. Take my points, Shipwreck, for 100 points. Shut up and take my money. Alright, let's fine-tune closest approach to target. Fine-tune it to 200 meters. Create node and execute. Abort. Yeah, this is... It's too wobbly, I think. It's wobbly, and that is throwing off MechJeb. Okay, so I'll do it myself. Fine, I'll do it myself. Okay, so now we are in target mode. Let's point retrograde to the target. Druge, welcome! And, oh, I missed it. Which cat did you get, Shipwreck? I heard the cat, but I didn't see it in time. Druge redeemed. First but not really welcome. Druge, how are you doing? And how come the Druge song didn't play? I don't know the Druge song, so I'll make one up. Druge, Druge, Druge is here, Druge is here, Druge 2828 is here. You got all three? I'm sure you did. I didn't see it, so, you know, I don't believe you. Wrong stream ship, says Druge. You got Shadow again. I believe Luli. Luli, shh, says Shipwreck. That just confirms it. Luli was telling the truth. Don't make me time you out. That would be so rude. Alright, let's get out of map mode. Look at that. There's our tiny little blue marble right there. There's the moon. There's the nearby fuel tank station 8 kilometers away. And now we need to... This is the longest we've ever spent on just getting something into the orbit of Minmus. We've spent... Well, we've spent an hour and a half on this, really. And to be fair, we also had that first failed launch, so, you know, that counts. Alright, let's time warp and get closer. 7 kilometers. 5, 4, 3. Alright, let's get into real time. We're going to have that lag spike as it loads the station into the physics engine. And Ribbon redeemed Boozinate, and I see some other messages that I need to read. There's a lot to read today. Wow, it's a good thing I can read. Thank you, Ribbon. Yeah, Shipwreck's too busy trying to get all 3 cats. Keeps missing the Boozinates. Lily says, Ship, if I had to pick a side, I pick Dan, so you've got Supreme. Supreme Doom says, my daughter fell out of bed one night, hit her head. I was worried when I was putting her in the car to go to the sitters. She kept going on about cat hairs being everywhere, so we took a trip to the hospital. She was fine. 2 days later, she comes to me and says, look, a cat hair. She had a caterpillar on her finger. SMH my head. Wow, and here's a Dan joke from Fossabot, courtesy of Shipwreck. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. A gummy dance with Shipwreck. I have teeth, though. I probably don't come from Georgia, Dan. True, true. All right. We're going to pass close. Okay, there's that lag spike. It's loading the ship into the physics engine. There we go. Yeah, we are on approach, so that's good. As long as we're getting closer, right? All right, and this is a large payload, so we need to be very careful with it. We're getting pretty low on the monopropellant. We're doing okay, but we are needing to be careful. Excuse me. Supreme Doom says, important to note, we don't have cats. Yeah, I thought so. Shipwreck redeemed random cat and got Crookshanks. Crookshanks is a very nice cat, Shipwreck. And he definitely sheds, so hopefully they don't have to take you to the hospital now. All right, and actually, let's control from here and activate the camera and blind you guys with the sun. He's a crook, all right, says Shipwreck. You know, I've never sung this live, but Crookshanks has a theme song that I wrote. Let's see. Is he a crook who shanks or a shank who crooks? He's both, he's neither, he's Crookshanks. That's Crookshanks' theme song. Alright, we're slowing down. Let's point at our target. Ribbon got Shadow. They're all crooks, let's face it, they're cats. Cats are natural crooks. Shadow and Crookshanks are brothers, and they came from the animal shelter with those names. Okay, there's Kerbal, and coming right into view, there is the nearby fuel tank station. Here we go. And there is our fuel refinery, so we want to set that. Can I resolve the docking port? Not quite. Okay. Let's adjust our course a little, and yeah, we are perilously low on the monopropellant. And Shipwreck redeemed stretch. Okay, I'm gonna stand up. Hands are on the ceiling, feet are on the floor. Stretching out that spine. That feels good. Oh, there we go. And that resets my posture too. Thank you, Shipwreck. 0 cats, says Supreme Doom. What do you mean 0 cats? What happened about 0 cats? All right, let's make our final approach. And Shipwreck got Shadow again. You guess you have stream lag? Ah, okay. Okay, let's line up here with the last little bit of monopropellant we have, but we can move the station if we need to make this work, and we very well might need to. $25 units out of the 420 we brought with us. You still want the cat poop one? I do intend to give them actual sunglasses, though. I just need Kaylee to catch up on her art Quayway and do it. Ooh, we are on fumes. Yeah, I can feel this thing fighting me the whole way. Okay, magnets, do your work. Come on, magnets. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. We accomplished something today. And look at this. This is 2 of the previous biggest fuel tank we had. This is 1. So this is twice the size. And Druge redeemed Sound Alert, which is not playing. And Riven redeemed one, and it's not playing. What the heck? What happened to the sound alerts? They were working earlier. Is everything just gonna break? Let's see. Sound alert dashboard says that they are queued. Yeah, they're queued, and it says everything is okay. There we go. Well, I hear cats. That's not the sound alerts. Shipwreck got Shadow and Arya. Alright, why are these queued? And not fresh browser source. Alright, let's... There we go.
You know what always cheers me up? Laughing at other people's misfortunes.
Alright, well, I'm going to manually replay them.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yay! Thank you for that one, Druge. And Riven with the...
Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
And we did get to hear Shipwreck, so I don't need to replay that one. Drew says, I have that effect sometimes, Dan. No worries, Druge. You didn't break it. Stream Elements is off. Sound Alerts decided it was going to just, be late. Okay, but now we can store ores up here, so this is good. And let's leave that alone for now. That was way more than it should have been. Springton says, you're pretty. Can I have some of your hair? That's a quote from something. What is that from? Yeah, Riven. Stream Elements, they had their downtime for an update on the 15th, and ever since, it has been real dodgy. Like, last stream I did was on the 15th, actually, and everything was happening twice, and now it's not happening at all. Stream Elements is just not doing anything for me. For example, if I do... remember that? Yep, nothing. And Shipwreck got Arya and Crookshanks. You've had all 3 cats, Shipwreck, so you have nothing to complain about. Should put it in my stream. That is a quote from something, but I can't place it. I can't quite name it. And there's Optimus Prime Kerman doing the engineering up here. All right, Shipwreck, do you want a boom? We can give you a boom. Decouple. This has 1.6 kilometers per second of delta V remaining to it. And it has some very weak reaction wheels. Let's give it a little bit of There we go. Point retrograde. Let's see. Drew says, Supreme, I thought it said, you're pretty, can I hold your hand? I wanna hold your hand. Shipwreck says, one time in Elric stream, I redeemed a sound alert and it kept playing over and over. It was hilarious. Oh no, that's even worse. You got your bits worth out of it. Nice. Well, that's something. Okay, Shipwreck, we're going to crash this thing. Woo! We're gonna crash this thing into the surface of Minmus. Just for you. It wouldn't stop it, it was so loud. That's pretty great, actually. Alright, we have a crash course. Let's follow this thing down. And then let's crash as hard as we can. Using the engine gimbaling to turn the thing around. Full throttle for you, Shipwreck. Let's see what landing guidance says, or landing info says. Time to impact is rapidly decreasing as we accelerate straight down. Oh boy. Drew says, the little guy wants to perform spells with your hair? Creepy. Shipwreck says we should get one for Dan. You're pretty. Can I have some of your beard? Alright, we have spent all of our fuel, so we are not recovering from this course. Good thing nobody's aboard, right? Yeah, nobody's aboard. Alright, here we go. We're gonna crash in the dark. You're welcome, Pete Venkman. Is everyone strapped into their acceleration couches? I mean, nobody's strapped into their acceleration couches, and also everyone aboard is, so... And yet... We're in shadow. And you got... Shipwreck got Arya and Shadow. Screaming says, I'm burritoed in my blanket. I think I'm safe. Smash. Drew says, do not touch the beard. In the dwarven realms, that would be punishable by death. May your beard grow ever longer, Dan. It does grow ever longer. Thank you, Droosh. Classic dance, says Pete Beckman. You know it. All right, let's go to tracking station. So we've essentially finished the mid-game, and we're ready for our end game. So I think what I'm going to do between now and next week, if all goes well, we'll be doing Kerbal Space Program 2. Hey, there's Supreme Doom's token of Undying. We're going to be doing Kerbal Space Program 2, and then the following week, if all goes to plan, maybe we can start assembly of our Grand Tour ship in orbit. So I'm going to need to do some designing between now and then. We might do some of the designing on camera too. We'll see. But let's alarms. Moho launch window, let's not worry about that. We'll send we'll send a lander with our Grand Tour ship. We'll be fine. But let's go. I'm concerned about this. Let's take a look at SCANSat Supreme number 4 and Shipwreck with the squashed Danbear Pig totem. Hey Shipwreck, why don't you put your totem up on the screen? Not the beard. I just read your comment again, Druge. Or to tribute to everyone who Everyone who reads your name out for the first time, Droog, when we raid there. Droog. You did it, Shipwreck! You got all 3 cats at once! See, it's not rigged! Give me cats, says Shipwreck. There it is, all 3! And Elric redeeming the boozenate. Alright, Elric, let's boozenate for you. Shipwreck got his cats, so, you know, he can be happy. That's 3 times the allergens, Shipwreck. There we go. Boozenate and hydrate. GG ship, says Supreme Doom. GG indeed, we can retire the cats forever. They have accomplished their purpose.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yay! Oh good, Sound Alerts is caught up. So here's the thing, do we actually have an Elu encounter or not? It is coming up. It says 421 days, but I think, so if you look really closely here, let's zoom in. We have this teal line here. That is our current path. This purple line is our next orbit, and I think that is what it's trying to tell me here, is the purple one. So that's not what we actually want. 122 days. Yeah. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and close the Moho launch window one. And let's warp to this one here and see what happens. And I think we do want to try the Eve launch window. We do want to try to get something on the surface of Eve. Okay. And Supreme Noon says his eyes are puffy and red, but he's smiling. Oh, Shipwreck is crying tears of joy. And Supreme Doom got Arya and Shadow. And Shipwreck did a Dan joke from Fossabot. Why are giraffes so slow to apologize? Because it takes them a long time to swallow their pride. I didn't know they could swallow a whole bunch of lions. Wow. Wow. I learned something new about giraffes today. I won't be able to see any other cats. And there's the traditional shout out to pizza. No, really, and I'm being completely unironical here. Every shout out we have here is someone you should follow. Pizza last streamed forever ago, and I think it was World of Warcraft. We shout out Pizza just because their name is Pizza. Definitely follow Pizza. We are really hoping that one of these days Pizza logs into Twitch and is like, what the heck? How come I have all these followers? And does a stream, and we can all be there and be like, Pizza, we've been waiting for this forever. And Pete Vegman says, I didn't know a group of giraffes was called a pride. It isn't, Pete Vegman. You know this. It's a group of lions is called a pride, and I didn't know that a giraffe could swallow an entire group of lions, or even one lion. I thought it would go the other way around. Learn something new every day. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Let's... Yeah, I'm so dubious of this. So dubious. Okay. But okay, we got an Eve launch window coming up, so let's try this. Let's go to the Space Center. March 20th of 2022 was his last stream. Man, a year ago. Jeez, pizza delivery. It's not delivery, it's ship summon. Oh my gosh, that was such a stretch. I approve, Supreme Doom. Oh my gosh. Oh boy.
Shipwreck, what are you doing, dude? Get your act together.
Yeah. Thank you for calling him out, Ijevin. All right, let's do an Eve mission here, and let's over-engineer the heck out of this thing. It's been in your soup as a Shipwreck. I need to find a good sound alert there, and I also need to add the rest of the first crafters and the rest of my mods. So, I know, his ship looked at me and said, "That's not even funny. That's why it's so funny." Huh? Oh, well, it made me laugh. Okay, do we have... boom, 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 boom. Maybe we design one from scratch. Let's do that. Let's design one from a scratch. So here we go. As always, we start with a probe core. And this is... we just want to get something onto the surface of Minmus. And actually, hold on. We do have that contract for... Ooh, science data from space around Kerbal, that's easy. Space around the moon, that's easy. Hey, why don't we do those? Retrieve Uranus from orbit of Minmus. It's pronounced Uranus, that's right. Okay, make ground contact on Eve and return to Kerbal from the surface of Eve. Very, very difficult. Planet Wiki. I have two hands, suggests Supreme Doom. It's funny because the totem has its hand out, both of them. I was thinking similarly, and Shipwreck squashed Shadow because Shadow kept coming to the screen when he summoned the cats and none others. Alright, Planet Wiki. Actually, no, Delta V map. That's what we want. Eve, 8 kilometers per second is what it takes to get into orbit from around Eve. And then 1,300 more to get into a transfer orbit, 80 more for... Okay, so we need like 12 kilometers per second of Delta V on a lander. Yikes, that's intense. Can we do it? We also need very high thrust to weight ratio because Eve's gravity is huge. So for example, if we do this, let's just put a fuel tank and an engine. There we go, super overpowered. That's almost 20 thrust to weight ratio on Kerbal, so 20 times Kerbal's gravity. Eve, that is just over half of that. Let's see, let's do something different. This here gives 3.6. That's 60 kilonewtons of thrust. That's pretty nice, yes. Pretty nice indeed. 12.5 kilonewtons of thrust. 0.83, okay. 30. Let's do this. Okay, this is 1.5 thrust weight ratio. That's a pretty decent, that's about as low as I would be willing to go for a thrust weight ratio at launch on Kerbal. Would this be able to get off of the surface of Eve? It would not. Oh boy. Drew says, who are those guys outside to keep driving on the grass? The landscape crew will not be happy with them. I know, I keep hearing them, like, talk to them. Look, did you see him like skid around? Look, he's doing donuts. He's doing donuts. Yeah. Yep. They're gonna be very unhappy with that. Supreme Doom says, "Get off my grass, Sonny." Shakes Kane. All right. So, all we want to do, all we care about really is getting to the ground and getting back up. But we might as well also do some science while we're there. So let's go to payload. Let's put a small service bay on this thing. Open it up. And let's put some science experiments in there. We could do the Science Junior. That's pretty big, but you know, it's also 0.2 tons. That's okay. That's all right. A radar altimeter? I have one of those? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know I had that part. Okay, that's a modded part for sure. We want some batteries for sure. We're gonna need batteries. Let's do that nice big one right there. Science. Let's put some mystery goo in there. Let's do 2 of them so that it's nice and balanced. And also we can do some science on the way down and then on the surface as well. Let's do the barometer. Let's do the thermometer. Let's do the seismometer. Like so. All right. That's about as good as we're gonna get, I think. We can put that on there too. On the outside. And actually, that should balance that pretty well. We're gonna find out just how balanced that is. Okay, so fuel tanks. We're gonna need some serious delta V getting off of the surface of I almost said Venus. It's not Venus, it's Eve. Drew says OSHA would be writing fines left and right. Yeah, well, Kosha isn't so happy either. Put Kit in there, says Shipwreck. Kit's on the moon. Kit's busy. Let's see. Engines. What have we got? It can't be super weak. Maybe the Cheetah? Cheetah's got some pretty good ISP, specific impulse. Okay, that is 2.7 kilometers per second delta V, and a decent thrust to weight ratio as well. So we can actually stretch this tank. Let's do this one. That is better, so 3.8. So that is not bad at all. Let's see. What is OSHA and KOSHA? So OSHA is, let's see, Safety Health Administration Office, Occupational Safety Health Administration, something like that. I can't remember, but they're the health and safety guys. And KOSHA, I just added a K on it because Kerbal. Lou said, I actually still don't understand this game, and I don't think I ever will. If you do have a question about it, Luli, feel free to ask. Don't be shy on doing that. But basically, we're just using very realistically simulated physics and orbital mechanics to try to get to other planets and back. You're here for the peeps, super new. I mean, there is that too, yeah. Drew says, Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Yes, that's the one, yep. And then KOSHA would be the Kerbal Occupational Safety and Health Administration. All right, so yeah, we need this. We also need... What are our options for heat shields? Okay, good. We do have the expandable one, the inflatable one. Check this thing out. Inflate heat shield. Look at that. Look how cool that is. Here's the problem. Where is even the center of lift? Is it even calculating it right? It puts it right down there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe this thing should be fatter. I think it should be fatter. Let's try this a little bit differently. Let's do, for the payload, let's do the 2.5 meter service bay. Let's put this right here. Actually, no, let's put it inside of the service bay. We got lots more room in here. Open. Let's get the center of mass overlay out of the way. This can go on the outside here. This can go... We don't need that. We can do different batteries. Like this. Let's do 4 of these for the science experiments. There's our seismometer. There's our yeah, that's fine. Let's put this on this side then so that it's more balanced. We need the barometer. And we need the thermometer so that we can do science experiments. Come on. Just thermometer, thank you. There we go. Let's see. And Shipwreck says it's about space. And Riven says it's about seeing if you can blow things up, Lily. Oh, and at least sending one Kerbal to orbit the sun. Yeah, that's... Yep. And Speednova says, every time I see an O in an acronym, I have to remind myself it doesn't always stand for Ontario. That's right. And Drew says, I almost stepped response to maybe it should be fatter, but family friendly. Oh, jeez. I mean, I don't have the family-friendly tag, mostly because of the Boozinate, but I do try to keep it family-friendly. Family-friendly-ish, yep. Supreme Doom, yep. And Shipwreck with the Dan joke, courtesy of... Or Fossilbot with a courtesy of Shipwreck. Where's the bin? Dad, I haven't been anywhere. Wow. See, that doesn't work in the US, because we call it the can, the trash can. Except when Dan talks about his pantry. Yep. And Shipwreck, what about the pantry, Supreme? He sometimes hangs out in there. I see what you did there, Supreme Doom, and correct. See, now we can put a fatter fuel tank on there. Not that fat. Not that fat. Oh my. How about that fat? Yeah, I like that. Okay, but now we need a bigger engine. So this has... How much? Delta V. 125. This one has 400. Less specific impulse, though. What about the Wolfhound? Yeah, the Wolfhound is the answer. And there we go. Look at that. 4.7 kilometers per second of Delta V. Very low initial thrust weight ratio, but this is an upper stage, so we're going to be fine with that. Close that. Let's put... we need some solar panels and antennas on this thing. Electrical. There we go. Let's put a bunch of these guys on. Okay, like a so. Antennas, so communications, we want just some of these will do. Don't like where that's putting that. Don't like that at all. Gross. Okay, hold on. We can fix this. There we go. Pete Bangman says, KSP is about boldly going where no Kerbal has gone before. You know it. Lily says, I was in the US, asked, where's the bin? And people looked at me as if I grew a second head. A lot of people would. I would know what you meant. And more than you'd expect would know. But not the majority. Spring Demon says, yep, we call it a garbage or a garbage can. A bin is just a big tub to store things in. Drew says the only bin that we talk about is the recycle bin. Yeah, that we do still call it bin in the US, the recycling bin. Although the receptacles are either the trash can, the garbage can, the trash barrel. I haven't really heard barrel a lot, but I like it. And Shipwreck finally got his Boozinate in now that he's satisfied about the cats. You call the recycling a blue box, Supreme Doom. That's interesting. I've never heard that one. And I've heard everything. So there. Okay. We need parachutes. There's a nice big parachute on the top. It's literally a blue box. It literally got shadow. Very cool. Let's do some radial mount drogue chutes. Ooh, we don't need that many. We'll do 4 drogues. Let's do do that as well. Okay, so the drogue chutes we want first, because those will slow it down a little bit to make it less harsh on the main chutes. There we go. And those should be plenty. Now we need a decoupler. The chances of success for this mission are so slim. just so you guys know. Very slim. That's kind of gross. What if I do that? That's worse. Oh, gross. Okay. So I need an engine plate. I don't like using those, though. Okay, yeah, because they're heavy. Let's do the short one. Make it a little bit longer, medium short. Okay, perfect. Wow. There we go. Okay, but it needs to be medium. There we go. All right, that is cleaner. I like that much better. And okay, hold on. Drew says, some towns around me, the recycle bins are red. I've seen yellow ones also, but most are blue. Ours are all green. Yeah, Supreme Zoom says green for compost, blue for recycling. Green for compost makes sense, but why not brown? Riven says, sheesh, I'm struggling to stay awake. Wow, am I that exciting? Was up really at a late night as well as being full of a sinus cold. I gotcha. Shipwreck, but the 8-ball will dance succeed this mission. Very doubtful. Fossilbot's not wrong. Drew says, my town doesn't have trash pickup. We have to hire an independent carrier to take it away, and they each have their own color cans, barrels, and bins. Wow. Yeah, take it easy, Rivet. If you're not feeling well, that is okay. Okay, speaking of okay, we need something really hefty to get this thing off the ground. So fuel tanks, let's do that. That's the right size. Let's do a bigger one. This one here. And a big engine. No, not the Poodle. We need something. Mainsail is pretty good. 6 tons though. This has a better thrust to weight ratio. Okay, let's... the engine plate needs to not be staged. This needs its own stage. Okay. And yeah, this stage is going to need some help getting off of the ground. So here we go with the decouplers on the sides. And engines. What have we got? Maybe the Thumper? That'll get it off the ground, but it does not have enough Delta V. This is the challenge of of Eve. Yeah, we're gonna need bigger stinking engines. Bigger. And let's see. Wow, lots of things happening here. Okay, Luli got a Dan joke from Fawcett. How does the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow, what is that? Blood Trail, Twitch Global Emote. And Lily got 3 cats. That's a good send-off, Lily. First Drew says, yep, but that's why I carry it 1 bag at a time to work and just toss it in the giant dumpster. That's the way to do it. And Lily says, okay, I think I should go to bed too, getting over a flu and migraine, so sleep is important, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Except that Shipwreck is right. Bedtime is banned here. And yes, rest well. Thank you for dropping by, Lily. It's been fun to have you here. Are you making R2-D2, says Shipwreck. No, but I can see why you'd think that. Yeah, Triple. BRB gonna cuddle all the cats because I'm not allergic like Ship. Hee hee. Yes, rub it in, as you should. Okay, bigger engines. 1,300 kilonewtons, 1,700, 3,300, holy cow. Okay, what about the kickback? That's so tall, though, is the thing. Ooh, this comes with its own fuel, too. Ooh. Now we're talking. Chance of this thing tipping over when we land it, though. Jeez. Huge. Still also does not have the proper Delta V. So let's actually do... Maybe we do some liquid boosters? No. Okay, Thoroughbred is stubby. Alright, we're getting there. .8 kilometers per second of Delta V. Yikes. Okay. Serena says engines stink. Bad fuel. Wait a second. Why do the engines need to stink? Everything is stinky. I always say stinky. Everything is stinky. Okay, that gets some okay Delta V. Not super incredible. But yeah, basically we need an entire huge launcher and to get it to Eve and then land it safely on the surface. That's the huge challenge there. It's ridiculous. So maybe more. Come on, in there. Nope. Okay, you don't want to. That's fine. That's fine. Let's pull these off this way. And let's put a bigger fuel tank on. This is just gonna get bigger and bigger until it's just too big. That's too big. Is it really that? Okay, good. We do have that longer one. The sorting on these things. Kerbal Space Program 2 is supposed to have procedural parts, and I'm very excited for that. So we can customize our own fuel tanks. All right, now, how about this? Let's put 8 of these on there. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting close. So I think now this stage needs to have more fuel. Okay, we have 10.6 kilometers per second of Delta V, but still this thing will... Oh. Yeah, it'll get off the ground. We have the atmosphere to contend with too, though, is part of the problem. So more fuel in the upper stage. More! We gotta have more. Okay, 9.8 kilometers per second of total Delta V. But now I think these are not enough So, what have we got? What have we got for engines? Let's see, those were the Thoroughbred, which has 1,700 kilonewtons of thrust. That has 1,300. That has 3,300. The Clydesdale. Oh my gosh, these are basically an analog for the Space Shuttle main engines, or the booster engines, but maybe they're the answer. It worked for the Space Shuttle, right? And we need bigger decouplers. So I think for the first time, we're going to use the TT70 instead of the TT38K to hold these a little bit farther out from the main stage here. My gosh, this thing is an absolute monstrosity. There's nothing okay about this. Okay, we need more of them. Here we go. 6 of these, is it enough? We've barely increased our delta V with this. So no, I would say it is not enough. And I'm thinking maybe we need liquid boosters after all. So let's do this. Oh my gosh. Hey, look at that though. We have more than one thrust rate ratio at launch. If we fix this, 1.29, and we have 10.7 kilometers per second of delta V. Okay, but what if we do? We're gonna have to do this as asparagus staging. Oh my gosh, we're doing the most Kerbal mission ever with this. Lily says, wait, before I sleep, can someone explain to me what a pager is? Supreme was saying a pager, like an electronic pager. And Pete Bangman says, is there a diminishing return principle with the additional engines because of the additional weight of the fuel? Absolutely there is. Yeah, like when you page someone. Supreme Doom, I think you've got this. A Druge has it. A pager is a beeper. Like back in the 90s, you would call the pager number of your friend, enter your callback number. It goes beep beep, and your friend calls you back when they get a phone. They're obviously not needed anymore because we all have phones in our pockets. Yep. It's exactly that. Let's put them this way. Nope, they fit better the other way. Okay. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So what we need to do, maybe not true asparagus staging. But these need to pipe their fuel in there. Why is that in a different stage? There we go, that's better. 12.3 kilometers per second of delta V. We are almost there. .4. Yeah, all that fuel just barely added to it. But now... No. 12.3 again. This is brutal. Plus, this whole thing has to freaking land. Oh, wow. All right, well, I think this might need more designing. Also, this thing weighs... Holy cow. 1.4 kilotons. I might have to practice with this. I might have to do some simulations between now and actual stream. Because I think maybe what we need is an orbiter and a lander. And maybe we do this as part of the grand tour. So this would be something docked to our big ship. So yeah, let's do this. Let's call this Eve Lander Test Vehicle. And I'm gonna have to do some testing of this. We are on to something here, though. And let's see. Yeah, text. It only gave you a name and a number to call back. Yep, that's it. It was literally just caller ID in your pocket. That's it. Even the newest ones are now ancient, outdated things. Yes, and sometimes you had to run to a payphone. Correct, Spring Doom. And did everyone have a pager, Lily? According to my teachers in high school, only drug dealers could afford one. Ooh, and my bitrate is tanking too. So yeah, let's okay, let's just take a quick look at some of our science missions, and we'll come back to this in 2 weeks to this mission. I'm going to spend some of that time between streams fine-tuning this and seeing exactly, because I have never done, I'll tell you this right now, I have landed on Eve, but I have never returned from Eve, because Eve is absolutely brutal to come back to. Drug dealers, Lily? Yeah, it was a thing, like, when they were brand new, high school teachers, they were the bane of their existence. They were so annoying because they were the cool new toy, right? And so it was kind of the running joke that the only reason you would actually need one in high school is if, you know, you were a drug dealer, right? It was never true, but that was the running thing. All right, let's go to SCANSat Supreme around Eve. Let's take a look. Why do drug dealers need them? So that, you know, when your drug dealer is, or your customers are there, they paid you so that you could sell them some drugs, right? Druge knows what I'm talking about, yep. Supreme Doom says, in my time, only emergency people, firefighters, business people, and drug dealers had them. Yep. So only the cool peeps. You know it, Lily. I mean, it's a joke based on a grain of truth. That's the thing. All right, let's take a look at our science maps. Oh, we have a complete altimetry map of Moho. Nice. This is the one around Eve, though, so let's take a look at Eve. We have a complete altimetry map of Eve. That's beautiful. Let's send it home. We already did. Okay, hold on. Do we have everything then? I think we have everything from this. We've already sent that. Aha, okay, it's the multispectral analysis, and we do have a full one. The intricately swirled lines of Eve's biomap. Let's take a look at that. That's what we were doing. Remind you of lava lamps and tie-dyed shirts. Man, those were the days. Next spacecraft to Eve will have a mandatory disco ball. Nice. Send it home. Let's see. It was kind of a flex, says Druge. Yep, exactly. Supreme Doom, because it was an expensive toy. They were expensive. Supreme Doom says people who would call the beeper of the pager that beeper's another word for it because it would beep of people who could get them drugs. I feel so young, says Lily. We've already established that you're apparently a toddler, Lily. So yeah. Pete Bengman says everyone wore pagers super prominently so that they would look cool. Yep. Enjoy that feeling, Lily, says Druge. Talking about pagers makes me feel so old. I know, right? Lily says, I don't know, also sounds like a North American thing, but it's probably a whole world thing. I'm proud I'm not an iPad kid, at least. There you go. Supreme Doom says, I mean, we didn't even have a call waiting on our phone for most of my pre-adult life. Beep, 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 beep. Yep. People these days, they don't understand. They're missing out. they don't know what a busy signal is. Okay, so that's some science. Good, good. Let's go to Moho. And boom, 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 boom. Switch to SCANSat Supreme number 7. These are all named for Supreme Doom, by the way. Drew says, my iPad, Luli, was the sandbox outside, not a computer at all. Luli says, my iPad was the Force. My iPad was an Apple IIc computer that my dad was doing his master's thesis on. I mastered Frogger when I was 3. There goes my voice a little bit. Jeez. All right, analyze the synthetic aperture radar data. Oh, 140 science. Nice. High resolution altimetry scan from Moho. Finally, the awesomeness has returned to Moho. It may not be giant flowing rivers of lava, but this data is spectacular. Nice. Supreme News says, my iPad was an Etch-a-Sketch. Yeah, mine too, actually. Those were actually really fun. More fun than they should have been. My iPad was a magnifying glass and some ants. Okay, so there is our data from Moho. We have 820 science. Oh my gosh, we're so close, you guys. We're so close. Were we still doing something around Ike, or did we decide we'd done everything around Ike? Let's just check in real quick. Hey, we're ending on a win here too, so that's nice. Let's see. Yep. Switch to. Louis says, okay, thank you for the antiquity lesson. Good night, and redeems Boozinade on the way out. Drew says, Lily, did you just call us all antiques? I'm a spring chicken. All right, what have we got? Yeah, some multispectral analysis. Man, I miss Moon Patrol, says Pete Bankman. Pete Bankman, I have some news for you. I have very recently played Moon Patrol on my PC. I have some stream plans for this, by the way. Supreme Doom says, next stream, Lily, we will discuss rotary phones and dial-up internet. And Hydrate from Pete Bankman. Yeah, so my plan was to be doing some more retro gaming, but I gave in to peer pressure from Shipwreck, and I've been playing Vault Hunters instead and loving it. But I still have plans. I'm setting up retro gaming on old Macs and old Apple computers. Dial-up internet. Okay, fun thing about this, Supreme Doom. When I was working out in the oil field, the internet from the oil rigs was notoriously bad. Very bad. Like, I tried to play some games and I had a 750 millisecond ping. It was terrible. The hotels were hit or miss, but there were a couple of places where if I drove 20 minutes into town with my cellular hotspot, I'd have like a 45 millisecond ping and I could play games on the internet. So my joke back then was that I was using dial-up internet, but modern dial-up through my cell phone, and it was actually pretty good. Pete Bingman says, wow, wow, wow. All right. Multispectral analysis from Ike. As you pour over the data coming back from Ike, you are surprised at the biome diversity. Let's take a look at Ike, actually. There's the biome map. There we go. After all, it's just a moon. That's no moon. You can't wait to get your hands on some of the scientific data locked up down there. Well, we just did, so let's transmit it home. It was internet or phone, not both. Yeah, and someone would pick up the phone while you're in the middle of trying to download an MP3 file, a 3.5 megabyte MP3 file, and 4 minutes into it, someone would get a phone call and it would interrupt it and you'd have to start all over. True story. Okay, what are we up to now? We're up to 895.7 science. We are so close. 105 more science and we can unlock the final technology that I want for our Grand Tour ship. Stop scan. Let's see, what do we have? Let's just make sure. Do we have altimetry of Ike? We don't. All right. We're going to get an altimetry scan of Ike, and we will transmit that home next time. In fact, actually, hold on. Eve.
That's it, man. It's game over, man. It's game
Did we send
over.
home the altimetry map of Eve? Or was it... Oh, we couldn't get an altimetry scan of Gilly because we couldn't be in orbit high enough. Is it Moho? Yes, it was Moho. Okay, hold on. I think we have one more thing to get from Moho. So let's just double check. If we have more science to get now, I want to get it before we end the stream. It's reading with the game over, man. Game over. You know it. That's true. And Pete Bangman says, or you could be stuck at the airport and unable to call to be picked up because someone was surfing the web. Yep. And busy signals quite often. Or you'd call someone and it would turn out to be a fax number and you'd get that, you know? All right, analyze. Oh, we did just send that one back. Okay, we already did. We just need to stop the scan. Okay, well, that was actually pretty successful, and we started on a new mission. We started designing one. It's going to take some work, but we should be able to launch it next time we stream this game. But fingers crossed, Kerbal Space Program 2 works well enough on my computer that we can stream it not a week from today, but a week from tomorrow on Sunday. The, what is that, the 26th? Sunday the 26th, I think? Yes, so that's when we will be back with Kerbal Space Program 2, I hope. I'm very excited. I don't know if you can tell. And meanwhile, tomorrow, Shipwreck and I, if you go back 1 hour, an hour ago, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. my time, Mountain Time, we will be doing some vault hunting, and Supreme Doom will probably be there too. And maybe Satan, if we're lucky, he might still be on vacation. But yes, I hope we see you there. Shipwreck says, I'm having muffins and a bowl of milk. Am I weird? Yes, you are. And Drew says, yes, but not because of your snack. I say yes, and also your snack is weird. All right, let's see. Who is online? Whom can we raid? Let's see. There's some Minecrafters, of course. But is there anyone that I know playing a space game? Probably not. There generally isn't. Dum 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 ba dum. Dum 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 dum. Oh, we have Kaylee playing a UHC. She hasn't played a UHC in a while. Let's raid Kaylee. Yeah, Kaylee Obsidia did the cats. So, I got Shadow and Crickshanks. So those cats there, that art was done by Kaylee Obsidia, and that's whom we're going to raid. Kaylee is doing the Frilioth UHC. Let's start the raid. And here is the raid message. Copy the whole thing. There's too bad for Kaylee. Did that? Oh, of course that didn't work. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to manually type this in because thank you, Stream Elements, for being down. Run. It's a wild Danbear pig. All right, copy that. Skip the emotes if you are not a subscriber. That is okay. Let's see. Hold on. Springdom says, my dad used to say, before we had call waiting, you've been on that phone for over an hour. My parents aren't getting any younger. Get off that phone. I always thought it was weird till my mom explained they could die any moment. How morbid. You just have to log into it. No, I don't think so. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You better be there. We're going to raid some vaults. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And, okay, goodbye.